Today in cannabis news, a duo of Missouri lawmakers introduced resolutions urging President Joe Biden to repeal cannabis prohibition. According to a freshly disclosed government statistics, the number of banks reporting dealing with cannabis firms and companies increased again. And according to a recent survey, most Wisconsin citizens support cannabis legalization with over 50% backing from all parties. It's Friday, March 4th, and this is your Trichomes Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the Trichomes.com studios in Southern California. It's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
First up, a duo of Missouri lawmakers on Tuesday introduced resolutions urging President Joe Biden to repeal cannabis prohibition, grant executive relief to people caught up in the war on drugs, and denounce what some see as racial inequities in how sporting groups implement drug testing standards. Representative Dottie Bailey has introduced a resolution condemning International Sports Association's decision to bar American sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson from competing in last year's Tokyo Olympics after testing positive for cannabis, while allowing a Russian skater to compete despite testing positive for a banned performance-enhancing drug this year. Bailey's resolution agreed with Richardson that this double standard is indicative of extreme anti-American and racial bias. The measure urges Biden to end the domestic prohibition against marijuana, support our American athletes, and condemn the racist double standard that kept an American Olympic qualifier from competing for marijuana use. Next up, according to freshly disclosed government statistics, the number of banks reporting dealing with cannabis firms and companies increased again near the end of 2021. As of September 30th, 2021, 755 banks and credit unions have filed the necessary papers indicating that they were actively serving cannabis customers. That's an increase from 706 in the previous quarter and a high of 747 in late 2019. According to the federal authorities, 533 banks and 202 credit unions reported active cannabis clients as of September 30th, 2021. While the SAFE Banking Act has bipartisan support in the House, it has been stuck in the Senate, controlled by both Republicans and Democrats. Senate leadership has urged that broad legalization come first. In contrast, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has lately indicated that a banking measure may be passed, providing that specific equity components are included. Last up, according to a recent survey, most Wisconsin citizens support cannabis legalization. The study issued on Wednesday by Marquette Law School confirmed that support for cannabis reform continues to rise in the state, with 61% of people favoring legalization to 31% opposing the policy change. An interesting finding from the study shows that support for adult use legalization has officially reached majority status among Republican voters, with 51% of those who identify as Republicans supporting the legislation. Since the university's initial study inquiring about cannabis in 2013, the figure has risen by 8 percentage points. Democrats support legalization with 75% in favor, followed by independents with 60% in favor. Interviews with 802 registered Wisconsin voters were conducted from February 22nd to February 27th, with a margin of error of 3.8 percentage points. That was today's Buzz. Thanks for listening. For more cannabis news and insights from industry professionals and a place to discuss these stories and others, visit trichomes.com.
And be sure to catch up with all of our other cannabis industry-related podcasts like Hash It Out, Tech and Cannabis, or the International Cannabis Conversation wherever you get your podcasts. For trichomes.com, I'm RJ Balde.
And I'm Devin Liao. Have a great day.